All right. Another edition of Sideline to Sideline is here with you. I am your host, Ryan Fleming, along with my co-host, the ever dapper, Mr. Chuck LaFleur. How are you today, sir?
Thank you. Doing good. Just call me Mr. Giant Man, and your Giant TV T-shirt is looking good.
Thank you very much. I feel like I fill it out well, but I do that with most clothes that I wear. We have a great honor here today.
Yeah.
We have a professional fighter. Let me just say a professional fighter in the room with us today. We have Killshot Cody Kent. Cody, thanks so much for being here with us today.
Oh, thanks for having me, guys.
Cody, we have a big fight coming up that you're going to be involved with. But first off, now where I mentioned you're a fighter, what discipline is it that you do?
Oh, man. I've been doing martial arts for over 10 years. My main ones that I train in are Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, mixed martial arts, kickboxing, and boxing. But my competition coming up is kickboxing, and one after that will be MMA. And my last fight that I had was Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so I'm all over the board.
Wow, you are a busy guy, and you are well-rounded, as they say in the business. You are a true mixed martial artist, studying so many different styles. Is there one that you tend to lean towards more, or one that you seem to favor more than the other?
Yeah, unfortunately, although I have a kickboxing fight coming up, I have to say Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's one that I really hold close to my heart, and I have the most fun probably in that one, and it's one that I can see myself doing later on in life.
Right.
Because it is fairly gentle compared to the striking arts.
Now let's go 101 here right off the hop. For anyone who may not have any knowledge of the different fighting styles that you've just mentioned, what are some of the main differences between some of the ones you've just been talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is more of a grappling art, like wrestling, and there's a lot of like holding and chokes and arm locks and leg locks, whereas kickboxing, Muay Thai, boxing, those are more like your kicking and punching sports, and more impact as far as like being struck, whereas the Jiu-Jitsu one a little more recommended for everyone and anyone.
Exactly. I've even done Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for a while. And you look at someone like Ed O'Neill, who on Modern Family, or Al Bundy, who is a 2nd or 3rd degree black belt under the Gracies.
He is the legitimate black belt for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, yeah, for sure.
Now, you're talking about being in these professional fights. You've got a WBC kickboxing fight coming up May 4th. We talked about it takes a special breed to want to step in any type of combat sport. What was your inspiration? Like, what made you want to get into this? Was there someone you followed at all growing up?
You know, it's funny. I started watching the UFC when it first came out with my dad, and man, that struck an interest with me right away. Right. However, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and a lot of these other things weren't available to me at that time. It was a lot of karate and other things, and as you guys know, that was Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu kind of came to the forefront with the UFC. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there.
No, was just wondering, like, what inspiration you got. And
so,
basically what got you into fighting.
So despite not having any of those around to train in, what got me into it was actually hockey, and just the physicality of hockey. And when that ended and my hockey dreams were done, the typical Canadian boy things, I moved here for school, and there was martial arts clubs, and just started training because I had always watched it and wanted to get involved. And it just kind of was more of a fitness thing, and just wanted to do it because I liked it. Mm-hmm. And as I started to compete and enjoy it and doing well as an amateur, then I kind of rolled into the professional career as the time went on.
Perfect.
Boy, as a guy who loves fighting in hockey, back when they used to have fighting in hockey, wouldn't you love to see that, right?
Oh my Lord! Did you see somebody throw a roundhouse kick with the skates on?
With the skates on.
I don't know. That's some Ogie Oglethorpe stuff right there.
No kidding. I want to ask you, Cody, about the Evolve MMA and Fitness Center. Give us a lowdown on where it is and what it's all about.
Yeah, it's in St. Catharines, located on Welland Ave, and I mean that's my main gym. Obviously, as a professional, you get your feet wet in different areas and train with different guys and do some traveling around. But that's where I teach. That's where my coach that is fighting for the WBC world title, that night, he teaches classes there as well. And if anybody wants to come out and try a class, and it's not all about fighting, and not everybody has to spar and do that physical contact stuff. There's a lot of fitness oriented classes, and
Perfect. Now you've mentioned the school quite a bit there, and you treat it like a school. Is that something that was unexpected for you? It seems like it's something you really enjoy and you take a lot of pride in.
Yeah, like I said, I started out just training for fun and kind of working my way through the amateur ranks, and I won a belt as an amateur. So I was a New York State champion as an amateur, and then started training at Evolve, and they brought me in to teach some classes, and before you know it, I was a professional fighter and a gym owner, and just enjoying the journey.
Awesome.
You know what? It's not that you just show up on May the 4th and you step in the ring and do your thing. Tell us about the training that goes into it, and especially as you're ramping up now as the fight gets closer. What's a typical day of training like for you?
Yeah, absolutely. So, we're talking maybe 2.5 to 4 hours a day of physical work. Not every day is really hard, but some days are really hard. And we kind of cycle up and down as a team. There's a bunch of us on this card that are fighting together from Evolve. So we all kind of get a feeling for how sore and how tired we are day by day. And some days we go harder and some days we go lighter. But, and we might do an hour of sparring in the afternoon, and then, 1-2 hours of cardio or weights. And then at night we do some more drilling, bag work, and just going over some techniques and stuff. So, between teaching classes and then my own training, I pretty much have a full-time job doing this martial arts thing.
Definitely sounds that way. Now let's talk about this. This is your second pro kickboxing fight, WBC. Tell us a little bit about the event. Tell us about your fight, and who are you going up against, and how are you feeling going into this fight?
Really good. I'm fighting Michael Carson from the States, so he'll be the hometown hero there. So I'll be getting lots of boos, and I'm sure I'll hear that USA chant, despite me being from Canada, which is always hilarious to watch and listen to. I'm going up a weight class, so the good news is I get to eat whatever I want, whereas typically I fight a lot lighter, so I really got to watch my diet and do a terrible weight cut at the end. So with this one, not so much, just a little bit of weight to cut. So despite fighting somebody a little bit bigger than me, I'll be very happy going in there, as I'll be eating whatever I want leading up to the fight.
Always a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
Cody, we've had some wrestlers on the show, and one of the big parts of wrestling is cutting promos and, we don't want to use the word trash talking, but bad-mouthing your opponents. Does that happen in the sports that you're in?
It happens a little bit. It depends on, the characters of the two people fighting, what kind of venue and what kind of opportunity you get to see each other. So him and I won't cross paths probably until the weigh-ins, which will be the night before. I'm not one for trash talk. I don't want to sound unsportsmanlike or unprofessional. Even the typical stare down that you see and guys get in their faces and stuff. Not a big fan of that. I like to avoid any pushing or anything like that could happen, because I don't want to risk getting hurt. And the biggest thing for why I act professional is, one, I have a gym, right? But there's more kids at our gym than adults, and I know they're watching. So I got to be a good role model too.
Excellent. What a great answer. And that's it's good to hear that you're thinking about the kids that you're teaching, and you're instilling a work ethic in. I just want to talk, because we're just ready to wrap up here. So we have the fights coming up May 4th. Where's the fight, and how can people go and watch you and support?
So the fight's in Rochester, New York, at the Armory. They'll be available on Eventbrite all through that time, or at my gym at Evolve MMA and Fitness in St. Catharines.
And we have to mention the nickname too. You're Zeus, Ryan Fleming.
I am.
Cody,
Zeus.
you have a nickname too, right?
Kill Shot it is. Yeah, I've done a lot of hunting growing up and stuff, so the nickname kind of came with that, the hunting experience that I have, and hopefully I get the kill shot May 4th too.
Amazing. I'm sure you will. And I want to thank you for being here. And I guess we have one more kill shot left to do, which unfortunately I always get to be the guinea pig for this sort of thing. So folks can stay tuned for that footage coming up next. Cody Kent, thank you so much for coming on the show. Best of luck to you on the 4th. And thanks again for being here, and I am so afraid for my life right now.
Be very afraid.
Exactly. For Chuck LaFleur, for Cody Kent, I'm Ryan Fleming, and this has been another edition of Sideline to Sideline.
Stay tuned. I'm Chuck LaFleur, along with Ryan Fleming, for now at least. We are outside of our Giant TV Studios, and our special guest, of course, is Cody Kent, Cody Killshot Kent. I want to remind Ryan Fleming. And we have, Ryan in the past has taken some chops from various wrestlers. I don't think you've ever done anything quite like this. How are you feeling going into our demonstration here with Cody Kent?
Just great. Just great,
You
Chuck.
don't mean that at all, do
No,
you?
not even a little bit. His name is Killshot.
Well,
Killshot.
You know, with a name like Killshot, you know you're in trouble. So we're going to get Cody. Cody, if you want to come over here for just a second, we're going to get you to explain what exactly is the move. What exactly are you going to be doing to our target here, as we call him?
I'm very gentle. I know he's new. I'm just gonna do a couple body shots, and then one low kick to the leg.
All right.
That should be enough, I think.
Does he need padding, you think? Or?
Yeah, we need some padding.
Okay.
There's padding there, but
That's what we need.
we'll add some more padding.
All right, guys, have at it.
Funny Killshot. Funny. All right. Here we go. Oh. This is such a bad idea. Isn't this supposed to cover my belly?
Yeah, you're good there. Perfect.
My belly is covering my belly.
Any last words?
I feel like a target.
Well, that looks like a very good target on you right there.
Actually, I'm kind of feeling a little bit like a superhero.
Yeah.
Looks like the new Shazam movie.
Like those attack dog suits.
Right. All right.
Wearing at Comic-Con soon, wearing exactly that. There you go.
Okay, so,
All right, so I'm just gonna give you one hook to the liver here.
okay,
So that's about 5%.
okay, that's
Okay.
5%.
And then I'm gonna low kick you in the leg, but you're gonna hold that pad there. It's about 3 inches. So
And I'm just gonna hold it just like this.
that's it. So,
Okay.
we're fighting.
Yeah.
We're in the cage. I'm gonna drop down and hit the body.
Yep.
Leg kick. Or you
And
back
5%
up just a
knocked me
little
right
bit.
off. Okay. Yeah, you got it. Yep.
And then below. Okay.
Problem.
Ready?
Okay. All right, let's. I don't think that one was quite good enough. Let's try that one more time. Oh, I even braced for it.
Nice.
All right, now here we go. I'm ready for the good one. Here it comes. 20%.
Great.
No, that was amazing. That was amazing. Now that I think I need to go ice everywhere. But Cody,
Thank you
thanks so
very
much, man. May 4th, don't forget, check out Cody. Go support this fight. And again, thanks for coming in on Giant
Thank you.
TV, Sideline to Sideline.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Awesome.